Well, welcome back. I've no idea what happened there. That's most bizarre. So it might take a little bit of time for everybody to come back online again. But that's very strange. I've never had that happen to me before. But one of the strange power flower trades and planes situations that happened. So I think there'll be a new chat anyway. It'll end the existing one, and then it'll be kind of all refreshed again. So good evening, Azza. Well, yes, no, it should be all fine. I've really no idea what happened, but when you said it, I could see on my OBS the recording light had gone out, and I certainly didn't click on it. So I've no idea. Then at one side it was saying it was live still, so it was very strange. Tell you what, let's do it from the start then, and let's pretend that just didn't happen. We'll go again with the opening titles. Right, here we go. So apologies for that. Good evening again to Azza and to Bob. I'm sure Amazed Taze and Dominic. I'm sure Amazed Taze and Oscar and everybody else will join back in with us soon. Yeah, it's lacking a lot of services from Rush Hour on the Xbox PC version. So we'll pretend the first bit didn't happen because I've no idea at what point it stopped recording. So yeah, the electric noise does seem excellent, and I think Sam has created it off. Presume it's the same Sam that does the Train Sim Classic sounds, and he's become a legend in that respect. So yes, we are indeed live, Pete. Yeah, no idea what happened there. As I said, one of the weird and wonderful power flower trains and planes things that happens occasionally. That was very, very strange. So I'll kind of pretend the first bit just didn't exist. So because I've no idea what you heard, what you didn't hear. So we'll have a quick look through the timetable again. So early on, the sort of services between Oxley and Birmingham New Street. There's one shortish one, crew to crew. You've got crew to Stafford, which is kind of the core element of the services. But we are going to do that early morning one, Birmingham New Street to Holyhead. That's the plan. And then all through the day, most of them are between Crewe and Stafford. So once the Trent Valley lines come out, then that's going to be a bit more extensive. And then when you get into the evening, there's one or two sort of back to Oxley as well. So there's plenty in there, but most of the runs are actually something like 20 minutes between Crewe and Stafford. So we'll set it to July. Good evening, Southwestern. Excellent. I mean, it's just going to be for fun tonight. I'm not going to be doing any point scoring, but if you join us on Sunday, then we're absolutely bound to have a couple of runs, I think, with this on Sunday. So we're going to start off with Birmingham New Street to Crewe. Good evening, Rachel. Yeah, it was a fantastic contest, and you might have seen in the forums, but I found a new way of adding the scores together as well, which is quite neat as well. So it'll make it easier. I won't have to get the calculator out. But it's brilliant, and apparently you can add up to 1,000 players if you want to. So I don't think we're ever going to get to 1,000 players. Right, so as we said before, and again, I don't know what you saw, what you didn't see, but the cab's obviously very similar, if not identical, to the 802 and the 801. There's a few little extra bits to bring it up to the right spec for the Avanti 805. I think possibly some of the stuff on the back wall might be a little bit different. Easy enough to set up if I put the master key in first, of course.
AWS operational.
And then we will just do all the things on the back panel. I wasn't exactly halfway through to Wolverhampton, but I'd kind of made progress out of Birmingham New Street. Oh, excellent, Southwestern. Oh, you're doing well. It's still with the scoreboard. It's still, again, you know, something that I'll control. It's very similar to what I did before, and it's using leaderboarding, but it's just the fact that you can actually quite neatly add them all in, and then it accumulates the scores. So we'll try and have a look down the train as well at some point, but it looks nicely modelled. It doesn't look massively different than the Forks version of it, or that came with the Forks mod anyway.
Railway service to London Euston. Calling at London Euston.
Right, so it locked the doors. Yeah, thank you very much, Dominic. Yeah, it's getting better, but the good news is at least. Oh, 1 minute. Here's the announcement.
Service to Holyhead. We'll be calling at Wolverhampton, Stafford, Crewe, Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rhyl, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, Bangor, and Holyhead. Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
Put me in a funny angle there, isn't it? Quite high up, but quite interesting. Excellent. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hey, that would be an interesting one for a stream, wouldn't it? We could do an all class 66 stream on Sunday. Yeah, it's incredible, Pete. But again, I said it earlier on, but I don't know whether it was that was a slightly strange lighting effect there. I said it's ironic. We did do the class 45 on Sunday. I don't know if you've had a chance to to watch it back, but we did the Leeds to Manchester Victoria. The shed stream, yeah, absolutely. All in the shed, something like that. I think actually it was Josh that said on Sunday, but when we get the Class 90 out, probably less said about the Class 90, the better, with all the stuff with all aboard studios. But at some point we could actually probably do a full freight stream with a little bit of variety as well, because you could mix in, you know, some of the older stuff with 37s, 47s, all that sort of stuff, or 20s, the nuclear pack, I suppose, as well, and also do the 90 and the 66, so there'd be plenty of variety. I like that. Be all out of the shed. Yeah, absolutely. But this is one of the few services that you can actually do the full length between Crewe and Birmingham New Street. The vast majority are a lot shorter. Yeah, I think it would. I think it'd be something that would be quite interesting to do, and it's got to be quite high up in priority when the Class 90 comes out. Hopefully not too far away. Oh, and the neutral sections work, don't they, as well, by the way, I believe. So, where's the light? I must admit the sound isn't coming through massively great through my headphones, so you might have heard it and I didn't hear it then pop out. Yeah, it certainly does feel like a Sunday evening, Lee. Well, I don't know. It does and it doesn't. I'm glad it's a Tuesday, because it means it's getting a bit closer to Friday. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's loads and loads of potential things. Now, the funny thing is, I mean, okay, we were going on for 6 hours on Sunday, but the sometimes the 4-hour thing is almost too restrictive, because it's almost difficult to fit in 4 runs now, really. Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I do actually enjoy, and I know Pete wouldn't agree with you here, but I do enjoy driving the 66. I think it's great fun, and I think, as Rachel was saying, you know, you really do feel the power behind it. I mean, that last run on Sunday was very, very heavily loaded. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would be great. Ah, no worries at all, Mace Taze. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, when you think at the moment, I mean, in January, how dark it is at 5:30 in the morning, it seems strange to think that in July, as this is, that you can have it looking so lovely on a summer's morning. And we haven't got to worry about Samwell and Dudley either, because that station seems to pop up from nowhere, but we are non-stop through to Wolverhampton. And I must admit, I'm glad I'm glad to see in a way. I mean, there's too many timetables now for like West Coast Main Line South. It's well, when we get to that, it looks getting a bit silly now. But it's nice to have a 2025 timetable in a way. I mean, it's lovely to have the older ones as well. And you know, like what Josh created was very era specific, being 2019, and sort of, you know, old times as well in other circumstances. But it's kind of quite nice to be able to do something that's current and up to date. And I suppose this train was a necessary evil, because it's going to become more of a thing on the West Coast Main Line, and also when we get the 807 as well. Yeah, I can imagine it was bad enough for me. I mean, I only, you know, I'm about 30 miles away to my workplace, and it was bad enough on the roads going there without having to travel long distances like you do, Pete. You know, I can guarantee you, if that had been on the stream on Sunday, I would have missed that 60 mile an hour mark in there, because that's one I always forget. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, actually. I mean, I've not really massively played on the Manchester Airport commuter on the Sunday one, but I guess, again, they were probably thinking a little bit console-wise and thinking, well, we can have a quieter one as well. But also, it's a different pattern as well with trains as well, different at sort of peak time in the mornings. Ah, right. Was that that on the? Oh, I see. Yeah, Midland Main Line HST following one all the way to Nottingham, and it was raining quite hard. That would be a good one to do. Yeah, definitely. I must get the that better rain pack in again as well, because the default rain looks a bit naff, but the when you've got the extra rain in, it looks brilliant. Yeah, that's true, Dominic. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you get just different varieties, different sort of services, I guess. The weird thing is, actually, I always think Manchester Airport commuter is, in the current timetable, you actually do get 323s that run a Manchester Piccadilly to Alderley Edge service and terminate in the sidings beyond. But weirdly, all the ones. Oh, just discover where the response to the guard is. Weirdly, the ones in the timetable that they did were all crew services. Everyone is so entitled, demanding. Anyone that can drive all the timetables has far too much time on their hands. But it's nice to have the choice. I mean, there's absolutely no way I'll get anywhere close to completing all the runs. I know Amaze Taze has done all the Azuma ones, for example, on the East Coast Main Line, and I suspect I've done probably about 5% of them. Transport for Whale trains go via Style. Yeah, imagine we've got Style in there, haven't we? That's quite good, the fact you can go from... I think I've driven through Style since it's come out once. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I bet must be a strange thing though sometimes, because I'm sure, you know, back in your working life, you probably didn't always get up overjoyed thinking that you were going to work and you were going to drive a train, and now you can do it for pleasure, as it were. Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry, Lakers rain mod. Right, okay. Right, okay. Yes, I know I did have one. I see what you mean. Yeah, that's a shame then. Yeah, I can absolutely guarantee you that when I'm retired, that'll be my last involvement with the industry that I work in. And funnily enough, I mean, I went to the Institute dinner last year, and it was quite a decent night out. We all enjoyed it, but it made me laugh that there were a few people there that were retired and were still keeping involved with the Institute. But I can guarantee you, once I finished in insurance, then I will not be returning back. Amphibious motorhomes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always think it's, and again, you know, I've never done it, but it must be. The one thing I hate about my job is that if there's a kind of a problem when I finish at night, it's kind of there the next day. But I'd love to have a job where you can actually sort of get up in the morning, put behind you the fact that the previous day wasn't great, and then just start completely afresh. Yeah, I suppose the benchmark there really is slow down to 30 for the marker, and then you can edge down to 15.
We are now approaching Wolverhampton. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
I'll be a bit too cautious with the 15 here. Oh, right, yeah, no, I don't think the 807 or the 354's out, is it? So they're obviously talking about for the future. Do we know for definite if when Trent Valley comes out, whether the 807 will come with it, or I guess it's got to, really, hasn't it? Yes, you might be right, Pete. As I said to Christopher, because he was in the industry as well when he used to be a fellow chatter, I said that it's not very often particularly boring, but it can be tedious sometimes. I wonder how long it's going to be. The speculation's going to be rife, isn't it? How long is it going to be before Trent Valley comes out? And I think it was suggested. I mean, I didn't notice it personally, but I think it's been said that that Matt Pedalston said in the stream that it's in beta testing.
Wolverhampton. Welcome aboard this Avanti West Coast service to Holyhead. The next stop will be Stafford. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
Be interested to know if I mean, I've never been on an 805 in real life. I don't know whether they have the sort of that, you know, ding ding ding, which isn't exactly like that, but you get that on board on the Avantis. I think they've used the LNWR kind of similar announcements, haven't they? Really, but the lack of people here doesn't feel massively unrealistic for the time of the day at sort of 5:48 in the morning. Nice to see it connected as well like that. And then also we should spot the displays as well.
The train at platform 1 is the 0549 Avanti West Coast service to Holyhead, calling at Stafford, Crewe, Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rhyl, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, Bangor and Holyhead. Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave. Platform 1 for the 0549.
They'd actually have a bit of a problem joining it now because I've just shut the doors, but never mind.
The next train to arrive at platform 1 will be the 0553 London North Western Railway service to Liverpool Lime Street, calling at Wolverhampton, Penkridge, Stafford, Crewe, Winsford, Hertford, Acton Bridge, Runcorn, Liverpool South Parkway and Liverpool Lime Street. Platform 1 for the 0553 London North Western Railway service to Liverpool Lime Street.
Oh, that's good then, Azza. Yeah, I've yet to, let's say, yet to go on one, and I think the seats are not. That's Fred, isn't it? Wasn't expecting that. Hang on. Can't see where my train is now. Hang on. Where are we? Central play it. Can't see the signal there because of the sign. All right, was red. Yeah, it's because of the that TFW service coming through. I presume from has that come? Yeah, that had come off the Shrewsbury line, wouldn't it? All right, that seems daft. You started at Milton Keynes, had to put the pantograph up, just come down the Trent Valley. Yeah, that is daft. And also we had that rather silly situation in the preview street where they put the thing into diesel mode, and then I think it was just the game being sort of over protective by kind of saying, look, there is overhead lines, why are you trying to run it in diesel mode and stick your pantograph up? But it wasn't happy with them doing it in diesel mode, but just made me laugh that they were completely oblivious about it as well. Yeah, it's always a bit weird, isn't it, when it's kind of mid-service as well. Hope the sounds are coming through okay, by the way. I've kind of got a weird thing going on with me headphones where it's on rather too quiet, and I don't want to really adjust it now. But if it's too quiet, let me know. It's a good way of viewing the line as well. You get quite a good, I think you get a slightly better view from out of this cab than you do with the Pendolino. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I think the 86 is less powerful. Both are lovely to drive. And at least here as well, because whenever we seem to do a Pendolino service between New Street and Crewe, we seem to miss out on stopping at Stafford. So we're stopping at Stafford. I presume the Pendolino ones will stop at Stafford as well. And when are they going to put announcements in the Pendolino? As it goes, I've found a mod which works, and it's not the there's one where they put the real announcements on, but I wasn't keen on using that for, you know, sort of copyright reasons. But the it sounds all right. I remember you saying, this takes me back to, we talked about this last week, weren't we? Not obviously just Sunday just gone, but the week before. And it's this section here. I mean, people were asking, is there anywhere on this Crewe Birmingham route that you can do 125 mile an hour where it's not obviously it doesn't tilt anyway, the train, but is there any way you can do it? And you can on this section, and it's the same with the Voyager as well, and well, obviously with the Pendolino, but it doesn't need to be a tilting train. Yeah, absolutely, Rachel. Yeah, 100% you will win one of these weeks. The thing is, it's obviously Dom now is he's won 2 weeks running, so it's kind of like the 2 times champion, and people will be pressing hard to try and get to the top. Now we're getting at speed. It's a shame we haven't got cruise control, and that is a feature that's on the real 805. And I think Kez said in the stream that I think he's kind of did some tests, but they just couldn't get it in time. So it'd be lovely if we could get that included. And I think, as Rachel was saying as well, it's strange in a way having a fast train like this that doesn't have a tilting ability, and I presume it kind of keeps the timetable just simply because of it accelerates faster than the Pendolino. It certainly sets off a bit like a rocket. Yeah, you could probably hear the sounds better than me. I don't know what I've done with my headset, but I've kind of got the headset settings on slightly too low now, so at least it means I'm hopefully not shouting too much, but I can't hear it brilliantly. When we get to Crewe, in case anybody hasn't seen it, I will, if I remember anyway, I'll show you the leaderboard, the sort of the aggregated leaderboard. We'll still have the separate one. We haven't got to worry about stopping at Penkridge either. We still will have we'll do the individual ones because it's kind of nice to see who's won each particular service as well. But I think it's one of those things. I was probably in two minds as to whether I was massively bothered about getting this, and part of me thought, well, we've already got this unit in, you know, a few different ways, and say you load up the Forks timetable, and you've already got something like this, but the sounds are massively superior in this one. I mean, the sounds were okay. I think there is a sound mod, but they were pretty awful as it came out, the Azuma sounds originally. I don't think they even got proper sounds off LNER necessarily. Yes, you're not a Penkridge lover, are you? That's for sure, Pete. I managed that, of course, on a 350 run, didn't I, where I was supposed to be stopping at Penkridge. Well, there you go. It's consistency, isn't it? That's the thing. You could be not so very far away. Yeah, so that's the reminder for the 60. I must get round to kind of making some notes about the speed limits on this section between staff, because it's quite complex really, but again, once you get used to it, I suppose that's the point. I think years ago there was I think it was a mail train, because I seem to remember red Mark 1 Royal Mail carriages, but they ended up in some of the gardens in and around these houses on the right hand side years ago. Yeah, definitely is, which is brilliant. And apart from I'm letting the side down really, I could do with improving a touch. And I think I said on Sunday, but in the very unlikely event that I ever win a stream, then I'm obviously not going to say, well, I'll pick the additional run, because that would be rather unfair, seeing as though I picked 3 of the 4 anyway.
We are now approaching Stafford. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
That kind of reminds me that when we come into Crewe, that I must again keep an eye on the signals, because you often get held up with signals on the approach to Crewe. Yeah, I guess it's. I guess you're not going to go to Penkridge for a fortnight's holiday, are you? Really? That could be that freight service that we did the other day. Well, you can just see the interiors of these buildings as you're approaching them. I mean, you got the the overbridge, and again you could see right inside it, and obviously walk right over it. It's great, the depth sometimes in this game.
This is Stafford. Welcome aboard this Avanti West Coast service to Holyhead. The next stop will be Crewe. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
Oh, obviously varies it a bit. We don't always say it sorted. Good question. I don't know. Perhaps again, it perhaps depends which mods I've got installed. Tell you what, when we get to Crewe, we'll have a look at the interior, and we'll walk down the train as well. Crikey, those. I know we don't get that. It's funny how it's only just trains seem to have
Welcome aboard this
managed
Avanti West Coast service to Holyhead. We'll be calling at Crewe, Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rhyl, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, Bangor, and Holyhead. Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
Yes, and for the benefit of anybody watching the recorded version of this, Pete's just said, I'm tempted to look up Penkridge on TripAdvisor. I bet it's right up there with Swindon, Luton and Scunthorpe. And at a risk of offending anybody from Swindon, Luton or Scunthorpe, I'm sure it's a bit nicer than that, I would have thought. I'm not sure if those containers are the ones from the cargo line pack, or whether it's the original ones or not. So a quick blast up the this part of the West Coast Main Line, which is really fast now. It's kind of one of the straightest parts of the whole line, isn't it? But although we'll be limited to 110, as we haven't got any 125 areas here because there are a lot of bends. Absolutely, I'm sure you do, Pete. Yeah, I know what you mean, Rachel. It's strictly speaking, and I've heard cab views myself with announcements, and sometimes hear the muffled version of the announcement. So, yeah, strictly speaking, having them playing in the cab isn't realistic, but I just like them. I like to hear them, and I don't know, if you travel on the trains of passenger, you hear them, so somehow it goes a little bit beyond realism, but I just prefer to have them. I've got to say, it seems... I mean, I suppose it might be the service time that I've picked, really, this time of the morning, where clearly there's not going to be an absolute shed load of other trains, but it's running pretty smoothly. We haven't got too much stuttering. And okay, it's not exactly 60 frames per second, but we're doing all right. Yeah, the 92 would be nice. Oh, there you go. See, took my eye off the. Didn't spot that 105. '92 would be nice. I mean, it would have flexibility, wouldn't it? Because you could use it on freight as well as on the sleepers, but. I mean, I've said this a million times, but I can't see them bringing out the Mark V sleepers somehow, but they could quite reasonably bring out the Mark III ones, because that would have a lot of uses, and you could use it on the older British Rail blue stuff on West Coast Main Line over Shap, but you could also use it on Great Western Express as well, and surely wouldn't take masses of modification to modify the existing ones, or at least it's doable anyway. Yeah, absolutely, I can understand that. Rachel, yeah. All right. Yeah, it's a weird game sometimes, isn't it? I mean, I downloaded a sound mod announcements for the 323 on Birmingham Cross City, and it actually deleted all the 323 services on Josh's 2019 timetable, so I deleted the mod as soon as I'd installed it, pretty much. Yeah, it seems alright, doesn't it, I have to say. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. So there's potential for southeastern high speed, I suppose. That there's freight runs on there anyway, isn't there? So that'd be quite nice. Wow, is there really, Rachel? Yeah, that's exciting. Has that just come out? I haven't looked at it today. And this is, for me, I mean, you do have these little lulls. I mean, it's been reasonably quiet since Christmas, although we have had the announcements for the 350 put in, or at least Josh has put the new 350s in on his 2019 timetable. But there's been a bit of a lull. Now this has come out, now that's come out, so that'll be interesting. I mean, I'll look forward to having a look at that, actually. Alright, that's strange, isn't it? I wonder if it's something to do with the latest update then, or something. Yeah, I'd love to see a 73. I mean, that would be lovely to drive out of Victoria, wouldn't it? And do the old Gatwick Express. We've already kind of got the Mark II carriages, so that would be doable. We need that kind of equivalent to the DVT for the other end, I suppose. Funny, but I mean, Scooby, I don't think's with us tonight, but he, I think he was wondering, you know, when we're going to get a timetable that adds like the 710s in to substitute for the 378. So I guess that's possibly a thing, and maybe there's some decent freight runs as well. Oh, excellent, Pete. Where did you see that? Well, I suppose, Lee, you're Xbox, aren't you? So just obviously look out for people's videos. I mean, there's been one or two very critical of already have said tonight about the Xbox performance. So if it is the Xbox, then we got some branding on, but was that just the default branding? Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I mean, I know they got modified engines, but I've taken the I make it sound as though I'm a driver. I've been on the Caledonian Sleeper into Fort William, and when we arrived there, I realised it was a 73. Yeah, this is it. So we're definitely missing it for some reason. Weird, isn't it? Weird. Must be some sort of update, or is he? I don't know. I don't know how it could be, but could it be the fact that it's a new timetable? So I don't know. I think Azza said he's re-downloaded it. So, no, it might need re-downloading. Good evening, Chris. Dearsley 9511. Good evening. Hope you are well. Can't wait for the moment when we can do longer West Coast Main Line runs. So Trent Valley's going to be awesome. I mean, the only thing I can say is, I mean, mods can be a slight nuisance and conflicting and stuff like that with TSW, but it's nothing like the palaver you have with Train Sim Classic, where the thing that annoys me with Train Sim Classic is people will try and get it as accurate as possible, which is brilliant, but then you need to download about 5 different variations, and then a mod that does this and a mod that does that, and it's like, It's you could spend easily spend a couple of days just making one scenario work. Ah, right, Dominic. Do you know? Oh, I wonder if that was your plan on Sunday for an unusual one. Yeah, it's a long time since I've driven the 166. I remember when that first came out, Matt Pedalston was quick to kind of defend the fact that the sounds on that were really quiet, and he kind of said, oh, it's quiet in real life, but it kind of is, but it wasn't that quiet. I think that was one of the more disappointing trains to drive, the 166. Oh, Euston to Carlisle would be brilliant. I mean, my worry is that even if they did, you'd probably never make it to Carlisle in a single run. It'd probably crash sort of halfway through, which would be frustrating. But it does annoy me or worries me about these continuous runs. I mean, I took a long time trying to explain what I was saying on Sunday, but for instance, if you're doing Euston to Manchester Piccadilly via crew service, they don't stop at Milton Keynes, I don't think. So straight away you've got a bit of an issue. Right, so we'll bear in mind that we are approaching Crewe, and then you can kind of see that the signal behind the next one's fairly close together, so it's kind of probably one to watch out for. Although, having said that, I don't know, probably isn't really, is it? That's probably a bit of a misnomer, but you still need to be slowing down. I like that. Are they staying? The public have been on them for a while now. Now, I was looking at the stream as I've managed this issue before, so I think that must have been yellow. I didn't see the signal. I was looking at the stream then, but no, that's yellow, isn't it? That's definitely not red. Yeah, oh yeah, it'd be lovely. It'd be great if we could do full runs like that. You know, just in one sitting. At least if you could get to Preston, because you know, classic changeover station for drivers. Well, I did try that earlier because on the West Coast Main Line South, because I wanted to make sure that the to see if the announcements were any different, but they weren't any different. But yeah, definitely got Alan WR branding on. It certainly is. DC DJ. Yeah. This is the new pack. The class. That's yellow, isn't it? One hopes. Yeah, 12. We are signalled in. We're okay. Yeah, this is the 805 pack, which was released today. Oh, we've got the distance there to London Euston. Yeah, Wembley to Kingsmore Yard, yeah. I mean, even though we might have to do it as, you know, like separate runs.
Crew, please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
But it's going to be great, the fact that we could do an extended run like that. And I think Josh is saying we really need to get to the stage now where we've got a continuous 2019 timetable that you can kind of do stuff like that. Yes, indeed, yeah, from Freudian slip. LNER class 40. Do you mean the class 43? Do you the HST? Yeah, I think we all love the HST. Oh, we're coming into an interesting platform. This is kind of like the one that they do use sometimes, but seems to be slightly occasional. Platform 12. I know, absolutely. Not sure I've ever brought a train in on this platform in the game yet. Oh, I know, absolutely.
This is crew. Welcome aboard this Avanti West Coast service to Holyhead. The next stop will be Chester. Whilst at the station, if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our team or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
Right, so this is interesting. Obviously, we need now pan down. And then we need to put, we need to go into diesel mode, don't we? I know we're not going to be carrying on with the journey. So there's electric. Ah, there's diesel over there. So we'll assume we're ready for that side of things. Ah, excellent, DCDJ. Yeah, what you having to go at? Yeah, the 91 would be lovely. I'd like the HSC for the Paxman Valenta engines. That, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, I needn't worry about the score anyway, but yeah, there's still a bit of speed in on there. But let's just go back to it. Alright, so we'll have a look inside. Yeah, what are you playing on,
Welcome
Jake?
aboard this Avanti West Coast service to Holyhead. We'll be calling at Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rhyl, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, Bangor, and Holyhead.
Well,
Please
like that.
familiarise
That's the
yourself with the safety
wheelchair
notices
area.
displayed throughout the train.
oh, now you can hear the...
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
Now, we might find that the game gives up on us in a minute. We seem to have lost all the passengers and crew anyway. Those are the new PIS displays. Love little touches like that with the toilet signs, the exit signs being accurate, and their Avanti West Coast branding on there. Step off the train and into the city. Love that tortoise. Yeah, that's really what I want to be able to do. I mean, I'd love to do. I mean, kind of Euston, Manchester would be a nice little length as well. So, oh, here's the kitchen. So you've got the, there you go, there's the toaster. And also we have all aboard coffee. Danny's tea, the first aid kit, and I think we've now got into kind of a funny mode because we've kind of reached the end of the run. All right, that's good news then, Bob. But it's annoying when you have to do stuff like that. All right, okay, the branding patch probably, by the sounds of it, needs somebody to update it then. So it is indeed TSW6, Jake, and this is the Class 805 Evero that's come out today. I like that. Pete says, if you see something that doesn't look right, these passengers don't look right, get them off, sort it. Excellent, I like that. So we'll, oh yeah, just a quick look, by the way, at the leaderboard accumulated thing. So we'll kind of do this on Sunday. No, wrong one. There we are. So that's the idea. So it'll be fairly straightforward. I can just type in the score for each run, and then it creates a little accumulated score as well. And as I say, up to 1,000 players can take part, it reckons, so I'll be able to keep going with the scoreboard. I don't know how to scroll with it yet. That's something I've got to work on. Right, so I'll be back in a sec. I'll reload the game up, so and then we'll have a run on West Coast Main Line South. Yeah, let us know, anybody, if they do. Does anyone use the Xbox PC version? Excellent, yeah. Just trying to make sure that we are on the right track with this project as far. Okay. Yeah, so we'll do a West Coast Main Line run. Then probably Sunday, we'll try and do a link scenario so that we do Crewe Stafford and then sort of Milton Keynes to Watford Junction, but the same service, as it were. See, I'm a bit ignorant with these things. I don't know like the difference between like Xbox PC and Xbox Series X and all that sort of stuff. So we'll probably do a Euston to Milton Keynes, I think, this time. Yeah, we'll have to have a check on that. I'll probably forget, no doubt, but yeah, I don't know why there's kind of multiple Evero timetables. I presume that and that are exactly the same. So obviously OTS one we know about, but we've now got the intermodal, the nuclear one, and then that's see, is that the Forks one? It's a bit weird, this. Well, anyway, we won't worry about that too much. We'll have a look at the... Now, Scooby was asking about the... he said it seemed a bit quiet to him. Well, I mean, if you look at the 710, there seems to be a full array of services. He said he thought it seemed a bit quiet on the preview stream, but it might have been just the service they picked, maybe. And I think it depends on which one you click on here, but I think again there's a good array of Bakerloo line services. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, but it's branded a bit weirdly, isn't it? So I can't understand that. But anyway, right, so we're going to do obviously 8:05. So we'll probably about right time wise. What shall we do? We'll do the we'll do a London Euston to Chester. We'll do the 12:58. For a middle of the day thing. We'll keep with January this time. Ah, okay. Yeah, you got car problems then, obviously, Jake. What's up with it? So just do one more run anyway, and then be off to bed. I mean, you never know with the streams. I mean, sometimes these preview streams, they seem to pick like an outdated or old version of it, and they never seem to be equipped when they do the preview streams to be showing it at its absolute optimum. And then things just go wrong that they seem to have no idea that it was going to happen. And okay, that stuff like that happens to me as well, but it's the thing is they are doing it to literally showcase the something new that's coming out.
AWS operational.
Where are we? Full. Oh yeah, let's lock the doors. And then make sure we got everything switched on. Although I didn't there, did I? Put that into normal. Probably the other things don't massively matter on here, do they really? But we'll have everything on. Don't call me. I am Livy on Cratunia. Okay. All right. Yeah. Glad you're enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying it as well, Jake. So thank you very much. Yeah. See you on Sunday, and we'll see what the competition can muster up. So yeah, it'll be interesting on Sunday. And this time we're doing a short run, aren't we, or a short formation? But yeah, thanks for joining us as ever. Yeah, so just the one stop to Milton Keynes. I should really put the GSMR on. I think we're going to get a workable one when we get the 375 for Medway Valley. I'm not sure about. Possibly we might get it on the 90 as well, but load passengers, unlock doors. I've just done that. Perhaps I was a bit too premature.
Welcome aboard this Avanti West Coast service to Chester. We'll be calling at Milton Keynes Central, Stafford, Crewe and Chester. Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sorted.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rachel. Let's see if I can remember it. I mean, although this is January, like in the day like this, it looks really bright now on a kind of a winter's day like this. Love it. Ah, okay, I see. I'd probably still say, Jake, I'd probably still say the West Coast Main Line, this particular route, because although obviously it came out with TSW6, there's just such a lot of variety. So you could, I mean, this is an added thing to it now, but you know, you can do sort of 805s now. You can do Pendolino stuff. You can do freight. You could do 710s. You can do the Bakerloo. You can do 37. All sorts of variation. The 350s as well. Oh yes, you were asking about haggis, weren't you, the other day? Yeah, did you enjoy it, Lee? Yeah, I must have. Oddly, I must. Oh, that caught me out. Yeah, it was a bit weird, wasn't it? I mean, they still haven't sorted out the LNWR issue, have they? Right, it was Burns night, was it? Yeah. I did wonder when you said the other night. I did ask the question, but I don't think anybody mentioned it. But yeah, Burns night. Yeah, it's a very different perspective, actually, looking out of Euston with the Pendolino. Compared with the Pendolino or the 350, you get a much, much better view of the line. Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? Not having its headlights on, Bob. Yeah, so we're driving the 805, Jake. This is newly out today. And there it is. Yeah, I'm loving this view, actually. All right, fog came down. I bet it's. Oh, what am I doing? I bet it's quite an interesting place to do a bit of train spotting actually in real life, Harrow and Wealdstone. What with it also being the terminus of the Bakerloo line services as well. Do you mean for you or for me, Lee? Yeah, mind you, it's not an unusual thing for occasionally. I've certainly forgotten to switch the light headlights on. It's usually Josh that reminds me when I forget. But yeah, I think when you've got a really good cab view, you get a really good perspective of just how good and how detailed the scenery is. And sometimes when you're zipping through at speed, you don't always notice, but you get a really nice perspective in this 805, and it's good to be able to see the buildings either side in some detail. You've been at Newcastle all day? Ah, okay. So have you been able to see any trains at Newcastle station, Jake? And of course, I'm presuming you mean Newcastle upon Tyne and not the Newcastle under Lyme, which is near to me. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, you know, there are bugs like that, and that's probably one of the kind of lesser bugs, if you like. But yeah, definitely, it shouldn't happen. There's just something about this part of the West Coast Main Line that I really, really like. The kind of the London end heading towards Wembley, because it's got that real urban feel about it, and I always found it exciting. There you go, so we've got a Bakerloo line service there. I can't help feeling that this is I mean, it's always a bit stuttery around here for me, and you know, it's a very, very heavy area to load in, but it just kind of has that feeling that it's not as bad as with the Pendolino. So maybe, just maybe, I mean, I don't know, it might be the timetable as well, but perhaps it's just optimised a bit better than the Pendolino. I mean, having said that, I suspect when we come past the yard here, it will not be anything like what we get in the Josh's OTS timetable, sadly. I mean, you know, in the Josh's timetable, you've got loads of stuff going on. But we're just a few wagons there, I think. Yes, I can imagine that, yeah. But I mean, for me, trips into London have always been, you know, for purely, generally leisure well, always leisure purposes actually, because I've never been to London on business. So it's always something. Oh, imagine, yeah. Oh, there's quite a bit going on there actually in the yard. It's not bad actually. Quite up to Josh's standards, but at least it wasn't empty. Oh, there's more around there, so yeah, that's all right actually. Yeah, I think, I could be entirely wrong, I often are about things, but there's more stuff there as well. But it just seems as though it's a bit smoother than, say, the Pendolino is. over the other side now. We've gone through Wembley Central. But I think this is supposed to be the busiest timetable that's been produced, apart from, obviously, I haven't compared it with Josh's OTS timetable or Forks' timetable, but I think in terms of sort of out of the box, or as you download it, it's the quickest one ever, the most fullest one ever. Yes, indeed. Ah, right, yeah, that's interesting, that. That's strange, isn't it? How it could work in one route and not another. I mean, you think if it's the same containers, I mean, the only thought was maybe on the Crew Birmingham, if it was the ones from the cargo line pack, and I can't remember whether the mod goes in on that or not. Yeah, it's a good point about the Pendolino, and I mean, that makes me feel quite old. As you say, been out for 24 years, and you know, I can remember them being brand new entering service, and but you think of there's plenty of young whippersnappers around who will only ever remember the Pendolinos. Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. That would be the only thought on that. I mean, in a way, it's I've probably not had masses of use out of the containers that came from the cargo line pack. Ah, right, I always forget it's called Hess Bank, yeah, Pete, but I know exactly where you mean. Yeah, just kind of Morecambe area, isn't it? Morecambe Bay, I think it is. Yeah, it always seems to be when you do it in Trade Sim World, it's a lot clearer than it is on Trade Sim Classic. I can't ever remember seeing it in Trade Sim Classic. Right now, I'm trying my best. Oh, I'm sure you are, Jake. Are you with Twig? Ah, good evening. Hello to you. 805, already having issues with textures on PS5. Really don't know why this is happening to new content on consoles. Yeah, absolutely excellent point. It just shouldn't be a thing, should it? Oh, okay, Jake. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I think so. And I mean, you know, as I said, I quite like modern trains and the new era, and I think it's nice to do stuff like this, you know, the very latest, but I think you can't beat the older trains. What did Bob say? I missed that. I remember the 220, 221, 222 entry service back in 2002. Same with the 170s. Yeah, absolutely. Master System and then NES. Missed that one, I think. All right, fantastic. Fantastic. A with Twig. Yeah, just to say thank you very much, everybody, for watching tonight. If there's any new viewers who haven't seen us before, then if you would consider liking and subscribing, I'd be tremendously grateful. And we do the live streams on Sundays, 5 o'clock, so 4 hours or so and we do a little bit of a competition as well, and you're quite welcome to join in and do the same run, see what score you can come up with. Yes, absolutely. I know what you mean. Very standardised, aren't they, Pete? Intercity express trains, IET. I think I missed a comment. There's probably something a bit higher up, Lee, because I'm kind of a bit lost. I think that the seats, though, are more comfortable on the Avanti 805 than the, say, like the Great Western Express ones or the LNER ones. Right, 1990, yeah. Okay, well, my earliest memory was probably would have been about 1974-5 maybe. I don't know. I was certainly in my pushchair anyway, and I can remember looking down on the tracks, and I always find it astonishing that it's only like a few years before that it was electrified, the West Coast Main Line. That was near Stoke, so there would have been shiny new electrics coming through at that time. Yeah, this is a really good train to get a proper view of the West Coast Main Line. Excellent perspective. Ah, okay. Ah, Sega Mega Drives. Yeah, right. Yes, Sonic the Hedgehog and all that. Yeah, Robotnik. I do remember that. Wasted hours on that thing years ago. But yeah, I think your earliest memories of trains, and I think it gets you hooked earlier on. And you know, I was fortunate. My dad was always loved trains, and so he used to take me here, there, and everywhere. Livy was pulling HE8 hoppers going towards the bridge. Right, okay. Right, yeah, I suppose you can imagine that, Pete. The thing I don't understand though is, and I think Avanti have perhaps got it about right, is it seems to me that, you know, there's a great expense spent on brand new trains, but the last thing they seem to think about is making sure that they put seats in that are really comfortable. This is the Rogue AWS ramp there that we talked about near Hemel Hempstead, wasn't it? We were on about this the other day. There you go. So that's 31 years of driving, isn't it? Very, very interesting period. Oh, I don't know whether a Maze Taser's fall asleep, but I'd be interested to know actually if those freights on this timetable are the correct length or not. He'll be able to tell us. I mean, strangely enough, I mean, one of our favourite places. I mean, we passed through it on Crewe Birmingham, but we used to sit for hours and hours, me and my father, at Whitmore. And sometimes with friend as well, and that it was kind of that era, and we were starting to notice named trains, so we kind of went out and got a he was wondering then, my dad, whether train spotting books was still a thing. Here's the 100 that you mentioned, the first one. But there's an absolute guaranteed chance, I would have thought, that we must have, because we must have gone, I don't know, must have gone hundreds of times. So at sort of, I don't know, late 70s, early 80s was at a peak when we used to go to Whitmore. So we must have, without doubt, we must have seen a train that you were driving coming through, I would have thought. I don't blame you, Pete, and I'm kind of the same these days, and much more comfortable and experienced, and just enjoyable. And if you you get a bit of food as well, it's just a shame that Avanti is so pricey, really. But there's also the option of the in between. I don't know for certain if they've got that on the Evero with the kind of standard premium or whatever they call it, which is basically just first class without the food. Yeah, bouncer done, Rachel, I would have thought. Good question, with Twick. I mean, I do enjoy driving the Pendolino. I won't lie, but I mean, as this is the latest brand new thing, it's good to drive, and I think you get a absolutely excellent view out of the cab. yes, I can agree with you there, Bob. Although I've never been a great film fanatic, in all honesty. It's weird. I mean, having driven that longer one between Birmingham New Street and Crewe, it seems strange to see them in the short formation. Starving chav class, I like it. Oh yes, the 385, yeah. Oh, that. Well, I'm speeding a bit here, aren't I? Yeah, that's a weird one. The only person with a good seat in an 800 is the driver, yeah. Yeah, the 385. I mean, on that Edinburgh-Glasgow, I can't bring myself to drive it. It's just horrible. And somehow I don't think it's even that well modelled in the game. I think it could have been done better, I would have thought. The sounds are awful as well, even with the mod. Yeah, I look forward to the 90, and somebody will. Well, we know. I mean, Josh said he's certain that he'll put the 90 into his timetables. I would have thought as well. Well, he said he will, and I'm sure somebody will do a passenger one quite soon. Within a couple of days of it coming out, there'll be a intercity livery one, although probably ATS will bring a passenger one out. And Amaze Taze hinted at what a route might be for TSW6, didn't he, on Sunday as well, which He didn't actually spell it out, so I'm not going to say, but I kind of got a guess what he might have meant. But yeah, it's going to be great fun having the 90 in the game. Looking forward to that. Hopefully not too far off. Scottish guy calls in sick for work. What's wrong, mate? Scottish guy, I have a week off. Boss, you have a week off? Scottish guy, cheers. I was only got a today off. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, it must be. I mean, you get lovely views on the train itself, being a passenger usually. But yeah, to be the driver in the front of the train must be something else. I 100%. And they've been asked millions of times, and I think he's even commented and confirmed recently that they've got no plans to do it. But I just want to do that, to be able to do a full London Euston to Manchester Piccadilly, even if I'm forced into, you know, making a stop at Milton Keynes that's unrealistic. Never thought actually, but the very first recording video I did for YouTube, and that was kind of a year before I did the live streams, was actually with an 805, but for Train Sim Classic, and I did a London Euston to, well, I did to Holyhead, but I did it in 2 parts, and that was before they were actually running on the West Coast Main Line at that time. Somebody had done a reskin for Train Sim Classic, so it's kind of full circle. Right, here's the 90. This is clearly Leighton Buzzard then. I must do this hoodless again at some point and get that worked out. Well, yeah, maybe maybe somebody will actually do it at some point, who knows. It is All Aboard Studios, which of course is the same people as created this 805 and has done the Crewe to Birmingham route. There was a bit of a discussion about this in the forums over the last couple of days. No, I'd seen it, Jake. I'd seen it. But somebody was commenting on the fact that actually I could have pointed it out when we were at Crewe, but I think there's a bus in the at Crewe with Wilmslow on the front, and that's a little bit of a dig from All Aboard Studios about the fact that the Alan Thompson route doesn't go to Crewe, I think. Yeah, well, maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen, Bob. I mean, I'm sort of in between, because I think, I mean, for me, the West Coast Main Line is the kind of the premier main line in the country. So I'm kind of excited to see it being as long as it is. But yeah, definitely want other stuff coming out. Yeah, definitely A with Twig. Yeah, I have got that. I mean, actually, they did Rugby to Stafford, so I do like the fact that they are doing crew to Milton Keynes, because otherwise they've done kind of they've made it as like it was with Trent Valley, then it would have been a bit too short. Ainey Board Studios, that's the only way I can remember them. Excellent, I like that. Yeah, I have a suspicion Amaze Taze might have dropped off to sleep because he was there at the very start, but unless he's not realised that we've gone live again, I can't remember if he joined us with the follow-up. I don't know. But I've done this run with the dynamic hood thing with the Pendolino, haven't I? So I should try that with this thing. Perhaps that's something I can do Sunday. Ah, right. Maybe that's what the issue was. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's actually quite nice to have something that is absolutely bang up to date, or at least I think it was May 2025. So it's nice to see something that is up to date in reality. Oh no, I think Dominic did say he was going, didn't he? I can't remember what he said. He got something to do. He did say, because we were talking about the fact that we'd see him on Sunday and see how the competition lives up. I think that is one of the bonuses, the fact that we've not just got a new train, and I think we've moaned about there being extra timetables, but it's nice having a bang up to date modern timetable. Sure I get my brakes on. Sometimes I've got tripped by the TPWS before coming into Milton Keynes.
We are now approaching Milton Keynes Central. Please mind the gap when leaving the train and step onto the platform before removing heavy luggage and pushchairs.
Oh, I don't know, Rachel. I'm very much like that. See, I've never even noticed that car park there before you get the main building on the right at Milton Keynes. So, yeah, I've definitely seen things on this run that I've never noticed before. So it's a very, very good perspective. Wish they could sort the passengers out there. We want some passengers at London Euston. Would be nice to have some announcements on the stations as well on this brilliant route. Oh, crikey, wow. Yeah, I know, time passes so quick, doesn't it? And I mean, you know, I'm in my 50s now, and I don't feel really much different than I did in my 20s in many ways. It's age is a strange old thing. Yeah, it's nice to still enjoy life when you're fit and active and could do plenty. There you go. So 13:31 to Chester. So for once, I haven't got to worry about the scoring. I know. Where's the time gone? Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right. So that was the Class 805, and hope you've enjoyed the stream. Thanks everybody for joining us as ever. Really appreciated the chat, and it's been good to have a look at it. And I'm pleased that so many people seem to be liking it. I greatly enjoyed driving it, and I know Pete's not always absolutely fantastically happy with modern trains, but yeah, it's good fun to drive. The sounds are lovely on it. They've done a good job. They've modelled it really nicely. And yeah, really appreciated it. 64 in August, still more energy. I remember you saying that before, Pete. Oh, well, I'm definitely in that mould, I have to say. I'm definitely in that mould, yeah. The temperament of a 4-year-old. But if you're new to the channel tonight and you're watching us, because we don't always go on a Tuesday, this is just with something new coming out live, then if you consider liking and subscribing, I'd be, as ever, tremendously grateful. And we'll look forward to all your company on Sunday for the live stream and the latest round of competitions. Can anybody beat Dominic? He's twice the champion now, 2 weeks running. So it's going to be interesting to see how that particular thing shapes up. So thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you all on Sunday. And until then, from Power Flower Trains and Planes, for now, it is good night.